folks, welcome back to Maypole Farm, and you drive me partway through attempt 2 of loading up the sugar beet, red beet, beetroot. They're called beetroot, because I had them loaded up and the game crashed. Actually my computer crashed, so yeah, that was fun. So we go again. If you didn't watch to the end of the last video, I finished harvesting the beetroot field, and we got about 42,000 litres off of the field, and time-saving stock check tells us that if we sell them now, we get just about £750 less than the absolute best price we could get, and I need the space to be able to put the BGA in, so I'm going to get some of them loaded up and get them sold, just so that we can start to work on putting in the BGA. Frustrating because I basically lost all of the footage because I had been recording as a solid chunk, and when the computer shuts off like that, the clip gets nuked. But anywho, I really need to sort doing the upgrade that I have planned, because it's not been the same since I failed doing it last time and kind of janked the computer back together. But anyway, what I was rambling on about was Oz's new mod. So if you have or haven't seen it, Scroff did a video on it. It is the moisture mod, and I've been testing that a little bit this weekend, having a little bit of a play. I've not got it installed because I'm not sure if I can have it installed, and it's still very in development at the moment. So once it's more stable and once that's okay with Oz, I will be adding it in because it's awesome. Yeah, I've been testing some stuff, experimenting, seeing what does and doesn't work, giving some feedback on that kind of thing. Yeah, can't wait, to be honest. It adds another layer of complexity to the game, like most of Oz's stuff does. It brings back a bit of something from FS19 Seasons, which, if most of you haven't realised, kind of miss, and there's a bunch of modders working on bringing back that functionality, and it's very cool. Because a lot of us miss it. I mean, if you want to learn a little bit more than what I ramble on about, you can go check out Scroff's video. As of now, it was released yesterday, but that's not relevant to when you're watching this. So it was released on Friday, if you haven't seen it. And it'll I haven't watched the video, but it'll probably give you a pretty good intro to stuff. It's from the very first beta release of the mod, so stuff will change. But yeah, it's really cool. You have different grades of crop depending on how much moisture they've got in them. So you get different prices based on the moisture level. If you harvest crops at different moisture level and mix them, the moisture kind of aggregates and averages out. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. With tedding, you actually take moisture out of the grass that's on the ground rather than there just being a binary switch. Just the thing that a lot of us miss from the game. So another one of those very clever modders. So yep. So we are off to the animal dealer. This might not be the most direct route to get there, but it'll get us there. I've only done a single load, just layer, because so these aren't potatoes, but potatoes are one of the crops that are grown locally to me, and obviously the boxes that the beets are in are similar to potato boxes. Are the carrots ready as well? 1 second, folks. Yes. Someone was making a lot of noise outside. Yeah, the carrots are ready. So we've got many things that are in my head, including maybe the power supply in my PC is failing. So because I've recorded the start bit of this video a few times, we've got a lot to do in November. We've got grass to cut, we've got the carrots to harvest, so we can plant grass in that field. We've got the new area to build, so we might actually pause building the new area because we can do that in December, and maybe we should be getting on with some of the actual jobs. Nice if that tree wasn't there. But trees are precious, folks. Trees are precious. In this new sustainable world we live in. Yeah, I am wondering if the power supply is going in my PC, because it doesn't always want to switch on. And that's a power supply issue. So, it's not that old. It might be a warranty job, because it's not that old. Which would be really annoying, because I'd have to return it and then wait for them to sort it. And so, I might buy a new one and then try and do a warranty return. That would be very frustrating. Oh well. I'll see if it is a reoccurring issue. But yes, the reason we're selling these, if you missed that as well, is I could not get these to go in any of the animal stuff. So that's why we need to sell them. At about £230 a box, which, considering it cost us £130 a box, is not a brilliant return on our investment. It must be more than that, because they're more than £230 per 1,000 litres. So yeah, I'm not sure what units that was selling in, to be honest. But yeah, I'm thinking, because we're into mid-November already, we should focus on getting the silage cut and the carrots lifted. So let's do that. Yeah. So the silage, we are going to bale. Again, I did talk about in what I was doing the first time around, as to whether I would not bale it, but we don't have anything else to put it in. And so on Kinlag, I'm a few videos ahead still on there. And I have on there brought a... use your words, another clamp, spoilers, so that we could take the not wrapping scheme. Yeah, I think on here we need to just get stuff sorted. So get the grass mown first. How much horsepower is this tractor? Because I'm using it. Stick with these mowers for now. Maybe we'll do an upgrade next year. Nice to have a set of butterfly mowers. But Yep, so change of plan. Switch the Merlot off. Not that field. We recently mowed that one. It's this field. Yep. And we might as well mow as much of it as we can. Now there probably should be, question mark, a some sort of scheme about not mowing within so far of a hedge, you know, for like wildlife boundaries. Because like cutting right up to the hedgeland is probably bad for the little animals. But our big animals need as much silage as we can get. So, and our big mechanical animal, the concrete cow we're going to be getting, needs as much as we can get. So again, something that we will probably look at doing. And predominantly, because we had to cut down a couple of trees to run the grain dryer, and again you'll see it on Kinlag, is to use the hand planting trees tool to replace those trees, because we're going to have to cut down a few more. And I'm going to cut a new entrance in up at the BGA site, and I'm wondering if that counts as cutting down trees, because I don't know if these count as trees. So we are going to want to plant some more trees, and so I think we'll look at doing a small amount of replanting to at least keep the balance, keep ourselves on an even keel with the trees. We might plant a couple of extra, but I'm not going to go crazy because it'll look silly, and you know, it's not sustainable if you kind of overly densely plant stuff. And the trees are quite dense here anyway. I mean, you could, if anything, they could do with thinning out, but that's the map border, which is why they're quite dense. So we don't want to be cutting lots of the map border out, because otherwise it'll look pants. But yeah, I think there's an argument for doing a little bit of forestry. Just trying to keep things balanced. Yeah, if we had big fields, I'd look at doing like agroforestry maybe, which I think I spoke about in one of these videos since I've been looking at red tape, and where you have trees in the field and combine the two. I am curious how it handles poplar. Now, I think it probably works off of the game's internal count of trees planted versus cut, and that might not count because poplar's not actually a tree. Yeah. But anywho, nothing like a change of plan, and that's you know, one of the fun things, more fun things for me about having this time pressure that we've introduced. That I can't just go, oh, I'm just going to switch time off and dawdle through things. You know, we've got jobs that need doing. We've got to get this grass cut. We've got to get the carrots lifted. I mean, probably I will break out the KS6B to lift the carrots. As fun, in inverted commas, as it was using the proper one to do the beetroot, that wasn't really cost effective. we do want to actually make money out of the carrots, so. And it wasn't very time effective either, so. Yeah, I'll probably do that with a more efficient harvester, shall we say. And then that will probably just go into a regular rotation, because we're doing the triple crop rotation on Kinlag as well. And it's a bit further ahead on there. I just need to catch up on getting the videos edited and out, which I'll probably do next week, because I'm going to try and go back to my actually planned schedule, rather than just banging out as many videos as I can make, which is what I was doing the last few weeks. And we're in a pretty good place at the moment, because it's Saturday and this is Tuesday's video. So, and there might be the odd day where you get like double farm sim. So, we'll see. I'm having a lot of fun playing on Kinlax though. I'm having a lot of fun playing on both, because just I'm enjoying most of the games I'm playing at the moment, actually. So, yeah, this is the game that I chat the most in, because, as I've said a lot, like, this is the one that has, actually PMR has quite a lot of chatty in it, but this is the one that has the least. Right now, I am turning around. You know, just you can't really chat about what you're doing as much. But like Timberborn, I just enjoy playing. I will play that game for hours and hours and hours. And at one point, I got a little bit worried that it was getting very samey. And like, I've not played it off of YouTube for a little while because of that concern. But the series that I'm running for content, really enjoying. One of them is frustratingly hard, but that's good, because as I've spoken about here, that makes it interesting. The other one is I'm just kind of having fun. We're into the build fun, challenging things on there almost, and doing kind of fun projects. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Which I'm gonna go up that way. And then, I say, although I know they're not unpopular videos, the PMR videos, I'm doing something very different, and that's an interesting challenge. You know, it's almost roleplay. Videos with a story, at least. It's good fun. They're a bit interesting to make. They require a bit more work behind the scenes. ChatGPT is doing a lot of the heavy lifting on that, to be fair. Yeah, they're fun. And I enjoy playing that game. I enjoy racing that game. It's good fun. As you can tell, I'm enjoying playing Farm Sim again. Schedule 1 is a bit mixed. The game's had a fairly big update recently. It's a game I could just pick up and play for a bit. And it's pretty much what I do. People are enjoying watching them, so I just pick it up, play the game for a little bit, and yeah. It's the one that I've most recently considered stopping making videos on, but it's pretty popular, and I don't dislike playing it, so you know. Yeah, and I did think about looking at The Last Caretaker. It's one that Mark H recommended. I think that's it. And Cartech and Eagles were both playing it over Christmas. And I've seen some videos of it. It looks really good. But even just to find time to play it for fun would be hard at the moment because I'm playing so many, you know. But I play King Lag for fun, even though I record it. Because like I've got 2 videos worth recorded that I've not turned into videos because I'm just playing it and having fun. I have played several complete games of Timberborn that are just not at all for content. Yeah. And the same with PMR. I'll play that for fun. Which might sound weird, but you guys know how my brain is. It's weird, I know. Yeah. And that's not to say that this isn't fun, but this is... I compartmentalize things, okay? So, yeah. But we are going to need to windrow this, and then bale it, and then wrap it. I've not tried using Courseplay to wrap stuff in a while. I'm guessing it's not very good at it still. And I'm really worried that it's going to... I can't go through the hedges, but I'm really worried about it doing something random and destroying our stacks of bales. So this might be an all-us job today, which is fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm just breaking up the recording into chunks and saving the game frequently just in case things go wrong again. Because I don't have to redo everything again. I don't mind losing a little bit, but, you know, losing a lot would be bad. It makes it a pain to edit as well. It's much nicer having like a single video to edit. Almost done with the mowing. The yield's not so great off of this time. Now we don't need to do anything with this field. Because this is just let this regrow for the spring. Because we can do maize in here again because crop rotation doesn't know we did maize last time. So yeah, we'll do maize in here again. We could maybe do with doing maize over in the carrot field as well. And then we'll do something else in the sugar beet field. I think that works. I think that works. Just thinking that we could probably do with more silage coming in. Could probably do with buying more land again, to be honest, in time. And we should be able to. Depending on how everything works out, I guess. Lift. Turn you off, fold you, turn you off, fold you. Blade slow down, might have been wise before we folded it. Oh well, it'll be fine. To give that a wash in time, but for now we will just put them away. Probably need to give them a repair as well at some point, but again, for now. There we go. Right, let's get rid of you. I thought we were going to crash that then. I bet you did too. Bet you did too. I am an expert driver of vehicles. How are the cows for food? 7,000 litres. Cool. I'm hoping that's going to last them until the night time. We got a lot of milk. Excellent. Go this way. Yeah, I'll go this way. So will we get all of this done today? It's a very good question. Well asked. I don't know. We might not. We might not. And if we don't, we don't, you know. That's fine. I want to check actually. And we need to harvest carrots this month. A bit of me. No. We're going to do it properly. We might just be going super late on stuff. We need to finish this game day. So we have a full game day to harvest the carrots. There should be plenty of time. And ideally we want to get grass in there in November as well. So it has a chance to grow. And plant. Yeah. In fact, we have to get it planted next game day. So, because what I'm pondering is, well, one, we could have a worker doing some stuff now. What I was pondering is baling this, is windrowing this and leaving it. Because the windrow will be fine. And kind of exploiting that fact. That doesn't feel in the spirit of what we're trying to do. Again, steering assist up now. Do we want to pull that swath in? Why not, eh? Why not? Helps if you have the windrower running, sir. Helps if you have it running. And down. And switch on steering assist. Yeah. What's the calendar? Oh, there is bad weather coming later on. So, I mean, we can lift carrots in the rain. So, no, we need to get this done. Yep. Just stop procrastinating and do it. Do it. Do it right. So I would have been way better having done the previous job with the other harvester because it would have been much quicker. But I didn't think because I was a dummy. But that's fine. You know, it's fine. It's all going to be okay. We are still adjusting to this new regime of the boss cracking the whip and keeping the clock churning. So, but we'll be okay, folks. We'll be okay. So if you're curious, because some of you might be, where I was talking about moisture and crops being wet, would a grain dryer dry them? No. Well, not currently, because a grain dryer is a product switcher, so it doesn't actually dry the crop in the current form. Now, clever modders might change that, but in their current form, particularly to work on all platforms without scripts, a grain dryer takes in a fill type that is, say, barley, and changes it to a fill type that is dry barley, for example. Whereas with the moisture mod, the barley has a moisture level because it's doing clever stuff using scripts. So it's a PC only mod. And it, you know, it goes up and down depending on the moisture in the field. So no, like for example, Cartex grain dryer wouldn't take your barley that was 20% moisture and reduce it to barley that was 14% moisture, picking random numbers out of the air. It would take your barley and turn it into dry barley. Still, not tested that, but because it's a product switcher, not a actual grain dryer. Much like in the way that any other production is generally a product switcher. Yeah, we are going to need to get this done this game day. We might not get this done this video. Just because I think I've been rabbiting on for a while. Feels like it because of the issue earlier. Feels like I've been going for longer. So I'm going to have a look at that. I might have to have a look at A, how long the warranty was on the power supply that I've got in here. 2, when I brought it, which I think now is a couple of years ago. And C, actually doing the upgrade that I've brought and not implemented, which I did think about doing this weekend. But the stress of work over the last few weeks has kind of sapped my energy levels, and I'm spending my free time recovering rather than doing stressful IT stuff. So, yeah. I'd kind of thought about doing it like in the evenings at the end of last week, but I was completely beat from work, so yep. All still sat in, if I have to buy another power supply, it kind of gets easier because I can do most of it outside of, but it also means spending another 100 odd quid. And the thing is, this is the main computer that I do content creation on. I can't really wait for them to RMA the power supply. Oh well. Oh well. Have a quick peek at red tape, brand demo, the little trailer, no policies, yeah. Yeah, so we're neutral on sustainable forestry at the moment. Okay, so the tier is the sum of all of our parts, I'm realizing. Looking at the numbers and learning a little bit, talking to people. Nothing. Next evaluation is October, so not for another year. At the moment, we obviously got a lot of grass because we use grass as a cover crop. And field 100 is going to go out of the rotation, so it'd be interesting to see how it handles that. Actually, some of you might know, because we're about to concrete over it, which is very sustainable. We'll be using sustainable concrete. Organic. Finest organic concrete. Yeah. I think what we might do is finish the windrowing and then we'll bale and wrap next time and maybe get into the carrots as well. We'll see how we get on. And we're going to have to do some feeding as well at some point. Because dem cows do be eating food. except our slurry store is full, so they won't be producing milk, and that means we are going to be taking a hit on some things as well. So we need to sell some slurry. Or hear me out. How much does that hold? 65,000 litres of slurry. It only costs £42,000. We could lease one of those and use it to temporarily store some more slurry until we can spread slurry. Gaming the system? Maybe a little. Working smarter, not harder? I think so. I think we need to finish this first, though. And then, yeah, I think we'll have a look at that. As an option. So that one's got space. That one hasn't. So we'll use it to pull slurry out of cowshed 1. Because I think that's going to be blocking its milk production as well. And what I wanted to look at was time-saving stock check, because we currently have £35,000 worth of milk. But we could have more. So, and we need the milk to pay for the BGA. So, and the BGA would then help with clearing out our slurry problem. So it's all circular, folks. It's all connected. I kind of feel like that's not that cheaty. It's like getting in temporary slurry storage. Because we're in the middle of the slurry ban, I think. Yeah, we're in the middle of the slurry ban, so we've got to wait till January until we can spread slurry. So that feels to me like a valid approach. If you've got too much slurry and you can't spread slurry, you've got to get in temporary storage for slurry. Could even have it staged on the... Well, there's no point staging on the edge of the field yet. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's a legitimate strategy for managing our current issue. Got one more swath to do, and then we will sort that out. These are quite small swaths. And then, yeah, next time we'll finish doing this, and we'll try and get stuck into the carrots as well. And then maybe in December we'll do the building work. December was just too busy. I think. And I've not even looked at selling sugar beet yet. But that's the idea of this. It's time pressure and making decisions on things. So, and maybe if we get through harvesting everything and baling and wrapping everything, we'll have free time. And I could have used workers. That would have made it easier. If I'd had a worker windrow it, we could then get a worker to bale this, but I, for some reason, decided not to. Partly because I didn't bring the Merlot down as well, which I should have done. But, let's sort out our slurry issue to end the video. I'm guessing this is going to be quite cheap to lease. Yeah, £2,000. I have a feeling that's better than getting a fine. Long term, we'll want to just put in more slurry storage on the farm. But for now, how do we lower it? Well, we will haul out a whole load of slurry. Now I know these aren't meant to be used for moving slurry around, and that's not the intent. The intent is to use this to store slurry. And I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have an option to lower the trailer before you fill it. But yeah, we need to pull slurry out, so that our slurry tanks are not full. It's based off of hours, so this could not be good. Our manure is still a problem. Manure is still a problem. But let's pull a whole load of slurry out of there. The other one is relatively low anyway, so we'll maybe take that down to about 20,000 litres, something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about my cunning plan. Be nice if we had pumps and hoses, because we could connect pump hoses up to it and pump slurry and things. But let me know what you think about the sound of the moisture mod. Oz doing his clever stuff again. And thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. I will see you guys next time.